Hey everyone, how's it going? So in this video, I want to talk about Michonne because we learned from EW, at least from what I'm gathering here, is that Michonne's final episode is for sure going to be episode 12, I believe. But not only that, we've known that for a while, but she's only going to be in one more episode, which is that episode. So we're not going to see her for a very, very long time. So before we jump in, I do have to warn you, obviously, for spoilers for tonight's episode of The Walking Dead, which is the mid-season finale. A lot of stuff happened in tonight's episode. A lot of stuff was set up anyways, and based off of all the interviews that are online right now, and I'm going to have to talk about all the information that we're learning right now about the second half, but the second half seems to be really, really intense. And the first bit of news that we learn here is from Entertainment Weekly, and they actually did an interview with Angela Kang. I'll leave a link down below to that article, and also the article with comicbook.com, because they talked about whether or not Michonne was coming back to The Walking Dead, or it was something like that, and they kind of hint in there that Michonne's final episode is going to be episode 12, and they also say in there that Denai Guerrera's total episode count for season 10 will be 5, which matches Andrew Lincoln's of season 9, right? So I think that makes a lot of sense. So yeah, one more episode left for Michonne. That's shocking. I thought we would get at least 2 more minimum. But before we jump into that, make sure to be a subscriber if you want more Walking Dead content like this. I'm going to be doing videos. I'm going to try do them daily. A lot of stuff's been going on right now, so that's why I haven't been posting a lot in the last month and a half, and I will update you guys on all of that. But I likely will do The Mandalorian because a lot of you guys seem to be really, really wanting me to do that. Usually if I recommend something, I'll get like a couple comments or something like that, but I'm getting a really overwhelming response to that. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, episode 4 is coming out this Friday. I'm super hyped for that. But there's going to be a lot more information about the Rick Grimes movie, about season 10, a lot about this third show. There will likely be stuff announced over the next like 2-3 weeks, roughly around there. It will quiet down around the holidays, around Christmas, the New Year's and all that, but it's obviously going to pick right back up around mid-January or somewhere around there anyway. So if you want breakdowns of all the teasers, breakdowns of like every trailer, reviews for each episode and all that, just make sure to be a subscriber. So like I said, they said that Michonne is not going to be returning until episode 12. And I just don't know how I feel about that, because this was my concern the entire time, was that Michonne's episode, or her final episode, was going to be very, very rushed. Now, there's a chance that it might not be rushed because maybe where she's going, that's literally the ending. It's going to be a lot more simple than we're thinking. She's going to go there, find out some information or something, do something there, and then come back, save everyone, and then kind of leave. Like, maybe it's that simple, like literally just that simple. But based off of these 2 reports here, and again, this could be wrong, but Entertainment Weekly, Angela Kang in that interview there, again, I'll leave a link down below to it, but she says that we're going to check back in on that story a little bit later. It's not going to be the first episode back because there's going to be a lot of, I guess, journeying or whatever there, and also with comicbook.com, they mentioned the whole thing about her total episode count being 5, which would match Andrew Lincoln. So maybe she's in like 10 or 11 and then in 12. But no, it seems like she's likely going to be in 12 because she was barely a part of season 10. She was in episode 1, she was in 3, she was in 4, and then she disappeared tonight. Like, she hasn't been a part of The Walking Dead since episode 4. And now she's not coming back until episode 12. So yeah, like, she's barely been a part of this series. She definitely has had a bigger role, but she hasn't had a lot to do with the Whisperers. But I think they're going to make up for that, obviously, with this whole weapon storyline, because we learned that Virgil's Island, it's called like Bloodsworth Island or something like that. They have a lot of weaponry, and apparently it's a naval base, which I think also connects to the CRM and all that. We'll talk about that in a second, but this place has giant weapons, and Virgil seems to have connections and all of that. So it's just, yeah, just going in that direction. You can kind of see what they're doing there with that. I think Michonne's final episode is definitely going to be very like character focused, and I'm really praying there's a Rick Grimes thing there, but like just something on like her personal side. But I also think because of the weapons, because it's also episode 12, that's going to play a big role in defeating the Whisperers. I really do believe that, because I think they're going to have those weapons there for episode 12. They could use them in that episode. Maybe they're using them during the big battle or during that big horde. Maybe Michonne actually saves the day, but if not, that'll likely play a role in episode 13, 14, 15, around there. Those weapons that she gets, hopefully she does get them. She'll be able to use them around, or she won't be able to, but everyone else will be able to use them around there, right? This way, Michonne going out there doing that, she actually saved all of them. So because episode 12 is going to be a gigantic Michonne episode, it doesn't seem like Michonne is going to save them from that cave, because I think they're getting out of that cave in the mid-season premiere. Since Michonne's not going to be in that episode, it would make no sense for that to happen, which sucks because they've already confirmed, by the way, and I'll do a video talking about all the new details surrounding Season 10B like when it's premiering and just all the information around the story and all that. But they said that it's returning February 23rd, so that's literally in what, like almost 3 months. A little bit longer than normal. Usually it's like 2.5 months. It's an extra 2-3 weeks like the normal, but it's returning February 23rd. That's when episode 9 will air, and so 3 weeks from that point, I think is like March 15th. So we're going to have to wait to see any of this stuff until March 15th, which kind of sucks. This also puts the finale of season 10 on April 12th, which is kind of interesting because I think that's going to line up with this third show. They're just saying spring 2020. I think it's likely going to air April 12th, 2020. It'll air right after the Walking Dead season 10 finale. It's just, they do that with Fear the Walking Dead sometimes, so I think it just makes a lot of sense. And I think that's the thing that I keep coming back to all the time, is that because it's only going to be one episode, and like she literally just has one last episode, it has to be Rick focused, right? Like she has one last episode that's going to focus on what happens to her as a character. It's going to be at a naval base that is just, it seems like it's going to be connected to the CRM, right? And yeah, just how do you end the character of Michonne in a way that's very satisfying? Because Angela Kang has approached it in a way where she wants to service the character, and she kind of approached it in the same way they did Rick Grimes' exit last year. Rick Grimes' exit really focused on the character. It focused on the current story, obviously, but it also really went into that character's past. With Michonne, it seems like we're probably going to get flashbacks. So that one scene where she's wearing that hood, that's likely a flashback. Like she's probably having these visions, these dream sequences of stuff. I don't know why she would be going through all of this. I think it's likely connected, again, to finding out that Rick Grimes is alive. I think once she finds that out and just her rage about it all and everything that's been going on with it, I think she's going to go through all of that, all of those visions, trying to get back and just having all these visions, what the character of Virgil is going to do to that character in terms of reminding her of her past. I know Angela Kang was saying something like that with EW, that Virgil kind of does that. And we saw a little bit of that in the mid-season finale when he said something about mercy, which reminded Michonne of my mercy prevails over my wrath. So that's kind of a teaser there at what to expect for her final episode and why Virgil is so important to, I guess, her ending and maybe a connection to Rick. Because again, it is a naval base, and it could just be a naval base because Virgil does say it's well fortified and etc. So maybe his family is just staying there. But I don't know. I think there's more to it. I think this stuff is connected to the CRM in some way because we're getting into a new world. The third show is focusing on a different aspect to it. The Rick movie is going to be focusing on a different community. And we're soon going to be aware of the Commonwealth, which hasn't really been confirmed to be connected to it yet, but I'm theorizing that it is. So her story might be that, like, as simple as this. She finds out Rick's alive, and she has to return to tell everyone. She's kind of freaking out about it, but she's having all these visions and all this stuff going on as she's going back to go see everyone. She brings all of those weapons, those huge guns or whatever the hell that they have, to defeat the Whisperers. And because it's episode 12, because it's her final episode, again, just like I said before, it's going to end in some way that ends Michonne's storyline. And I also think Michonne could be the key to defeating the Whisperers, which is kind of cool. And then the episode will end with her leaving to go find Rick. She could leave to go back on that boat again. She said goodbye to Judith. She said goodbye to Daryl or just all the other characters. And now she just has to go. She has to go out and find Rick. Because what else is it? That's the thing. That's what's so hilarious about all this. Like, what else is it? Fine, ignore the whole Rick thing. What else is her final episode going to be? Because we have that shot of her wearing that hood. She also has 2 chains, which I'm thinking is a flashback to when she used to hold those walkers, like with chains. Why would she be going through all this stuff, right? Like, why would she be going through all these flashbacks and having this crazy emotional moment if it wasn't connected to Rick? And also, how do you end Michonne's story without it having no connection to Rick? I just don't think you can. Like, you can't have Michonne die. And that's the thing, too. I really think once it happens, we're going to look back and be like, yeah, that was pretty obvious. It was the only way to go. Because ignore the Rick stuff. There's only a few possibilities. One, Michonne dies, which I would absolutely hate because Rick's alive, and I feel like Michonne, I mean, maybe more so than Judith. I guess there's an argument there to be made, obviously, but Michonne is definitely, I guess, even tied with Judith and RJ as one of the people that needs to find out that Rick's alive. If she just dies and she dies thinking that he died, it would just really, really suck, right? She's also just not going to leave. Like, she's not going to be like, well, this naval base needs my help, so I'm going to go over there and help them out. That just makes no sense. Like, she's not going to leave her kids to go and do that. And they're not taking Judith and RJ off the show. They're not doing that. So it has to be this again. If it's not this and they do something different, I don't know. Maybe there's something I haven't thought of, but just focusing on that, those are the only possibilities, right? So it's either going to be something Rick related, so she leaves, or she's just gonna die, and it's gonna be as simple as that. And I think that's the worst option. I really don't want this character to die. But it is gonna be weird that Michonne's gonna be gone until episode 12. I mean, I guess she hasn't really been a part of this season. I was hoping the mid-season finale was gonna set up her exit. I guess it kind of did if there's only one last episode. And yeah, I mean, I guess we're already getting into this stuff. It's just, we'll have to wait until February. We have 3 more months, which really sucks, but whatever. We've waited longer before, right? But let me know what you guys think. What are your predictions for Michonne's final episode? Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Make sure to be a subscriber for more Walking Dead content like this, and thanks for watching.